OK, it's that time of the day again, my favourite time of the day. Yours too.
Yes.
Bit of good news coming your way now. Let's just update you on the first new areas of outstanding natural beauty for a quarter of a century. They're to be created in England. The Yorkshire Wolds and Cheshire Sandstone Ridge were put forward to be recognised as protected areas alongside extensions to the Surrey Hills and the Chilterns. England, Wales and Northern Ireland have 46 AONBs, which encompass some of the most celebrated scenery in the UK. They enjoy similar protections to national parks. Much better to see a still rather than some moving pictures, but some environmentalists claim that the designation doesn't go far enough in protecting nature. Beautiful countryside.
I know, we live on a gorgeous island, don't we? I feel like I haven't seen even half of it. Lots to do.
Haven't you? You get out. I've seen you walk out of here.
Well, yeah. get a tube home, don't I?
Oh. Now, we've already been looking at some good medical news research, and there's more, because more than 2,000 cases of lung cancer, which are missed every year, could be picked up by a new AI detection system. The new system would also cut diagnosis time and the numbers of X-rays that radiologists have to analyse by more than 3 million a year. It's been created by the London AI developer Behold. It's undergoing clinical trials which should take about 18 months. It basically flags clean cases immediately so they can be dismissed immediately, and that will relieve huge amounts of pressure on the NHS. Now, this was a direct appeal straight into the inbox yesterday. This is a charity working with the homeless in Wales. It's urgently looking for volunteers. Now, 3 nights a week, a team of volunteers from Helping Our Homeless Wales goes out to the city of Cardiff and supports people on the streets. It also produces food hampers, and a separate team goes out twice a week with them. Well, Steve Morgan from Homeless Wales wrote to me. He says the pandemic has caused particular problems for his sector, and he says we are really struggling for volunteers to maintain the levels of support that we give in Wales. So any publicity that you can give will really benefit some of Wales' most vulnerable people. So there you are. I've done it for you. And if there's anybody watching in Wales who has a bit of spare time, that would be a really worthwhile cause.
Yeah, please do. That's what I'm going to say. I like the fact
you going, please do. Really will do it.
Please
yeah.
do.
Right.
Please do. You must.
No.
Is that better?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, no.
Now, it isn't all just serious competition at Euro 2020 for Cristiano Ronaldo. He decided to play a prank on his teammate Pepe, sneakily pouring freezing cold water on his head. Oh, what japes. Have a look at this. Here we go. Pepe, totally unaware. Oh, well, maybe not. He seemed to enjoy it rather too much. I think he knew exactly what was going on. But anyway, it's done good. Some good for Cristiano Ronaldo.
I've been drinking a lot of water today, and I've just been given a new glass. Friday, and I can run to that tube pretty quickly, you know.
Well, good luck with that. Now, I'm going to take you to New Jersey, where a golden retriever, which had been missing for 2 weeks, has been spotted swimming in the sea. They hadn't been doing it for the whole 2 weeks. The owners were thrilled to be reunited with Chunk. It's not a very nice name for a dog, is it?
I like
Chunk,
that name. That's a great name.
A 3-year-old golden retriever, but said he'd lost a good 20 pounds since he disappeared. State police troopers responded to a call on Tuesday about a dog swimming in the Barnegat Bay in New Jersey. They arrived only to discover Chunk, who had been reported missing 2 weeks before. The state police troopers Ryan Curler and Vincent Ferdiani found the 3-year-old dog after 2 joggers recognised him from posters and reported seeing him jump into the water at a nearby bridge. They shared the story on Facebook. Well, the rest, there you go. They were great, really pleased to see him back. He was covered in ticks and things, as you are if you go disappear for 2 weeks, but other than that, he's fine.
I'm not when I disappear for 2 weeks.
We'll just give it a go.
I bet he's not called Chunk anymore.
No.
He lost 20 pounds, didn't he?
Thank you.
He'll have to change his name.
Now, some news of what is probably the oldest known shark attack, which happened around 1200 BC. Scientists in Oxford have studied these human remains, and they found multiple violent injuries which could only have been inflicted by a shark. They say he lost his right leg and left hand in the attack. His wounds would have been fatal, as they also found at least 790 tooth marks that reached down to the bone. They say this would have resulted in a relatively quick death from hypovolemic shock. Well, the assault predates 5th century Greek writings and 8th century BC illustrations of shark attacks, as well as known archaeological cases. It's believed the attack happened in prehistoric Japan, interestingly that, at a time when shark hunting probably occurred.
No.
Oh, there you are.
There you go.
So now we know.
Bit of natural karma then.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, no, you're going to hunt sharks and a shark hunts you, then that's just nature's correction, isn't it?
OK, we'll remember that. Now, Somerset has been named the county with the highest marriage success rate in the UK. The county has a marriage success rate of 93.88%. That's according to new research from the company Flower Card. Now, this compares to a national average of 59.09%. The study analysed government data to discover the number of divorces that were finalised between 2011 and 2020, thus revealing which parts of the UK have the highest marriage success rate. Surrey and Lincolnshire follow Somerset with a success rate of 92 and 92.5% respectively. This compares, as I say, with a national average of just over 59%. The happy news for couples comes after some forecasts of a divorce boom as the third national lockdown and enforced togetherness eased. If you're going to test a marriage, you have lockdown.
See, I was wondering what the secret to success was, and I was thinking Somerset, it must be all the cider drinking. But then you brought in Lincoln and Surrey, and it kind of blew my concept.
It's probably being able to get out of the house and just walking on your own, probably. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Sort of. There's lots of places you can do that.
There's a website that lists the top 10 successes.
What was the lowest? Or do you not remember?
They didn't say.
No.
No.
I bet it's London. I reckon it's London. We could ask Mark Hancock, couldn't we?
Oh, boy. Let's move on. The arrival of 2 penguin hatchlings is being celebrated from the sublime. Anyway, it's being celebrated at a UK aquarium. The 2 chicks, the only 2 Gen 2 penguins successfully bred in England this year, were born to parents Ripley and Elton, following a breeding season that took place during lockdown at Sea Life London Aquarium. There we are, more good news on the marriage front. One of the chicks, which weighed in at 105 grams, is now being reared by its biological parents, while the other has been adopted by another established pair at the aquarium, Max and Snork.
Do you want some penguin facts? Because I randomly have a penguin. You know, I often have a random animal fact, which is why I'm so good at quizzes in general.
So you say so
yourself.
yourself.
So I say so myself,
yeah.
Quizmaster General.
Go on.
With penguins, it's actually the males who tend to look after the eggs. They do mate for life, I think, most breeds of penguin. The females go out and do the fishing, get the stuff, bring it back. The males tend to look after the babes. And when they get back to their colonies, they can all understand and detect each other's cries. And so the male will sort of stand there and make his honking noise, and she'll make her honking noise, and they sort of go through the masses and find each other. They're quite cute, quite romantic birds.
Oh, our very own little David Attenborough.
Yeah.
Marvellous.
There you are.
Thank you very much.
That's
Honking
right.
noises. Some jobs news. In Wales, a family-owned village bakery has launched a major recruitment drive as it gears up to open a new multi-million-pound factory in Wrexham. Described as the most modern bakery in Europe, it's 140,000 square foot. Jones Village Bakery, and it's scheduled to open next month. Well, there you are. That's a look at the firm. It's looking for 30 full-time workers and 20 part-time staff, and it's the first phase of an expansion plan that will ultimately see 115 new jobs being created there. Good news. The company, which currently employs more than 400 people, has 2 other bakeries on the industrial estate, another in nearby village of Minera. Minera?
I think it's Minera.
Minera. Anyway, the new bakery due to be up and running before the end of July after being kitted out with all the latest technology. So that's some good news on the job front in Wales. Now, we've all been in pictures. Oh, this is the best one. Watch this. We've all been in pictures where we've been upstage before, but look at that. It is Amanda Eckstein and Philip Werner. They were posing for a maternity snap when in came Buckshot the stallion. He was clearly giddy with delight. So, it's just the best picture. This is the American state of Indiana where this happened. The couple got saddled with the film extra's toothy grin. Look, and there are other pictures as well, but that... You thought it was fake. It's not.
No. I mean, clearly he's just horsing about. Sorry. I know.
OK.
Leave the jokes to you.
I am the joke. Now... finally, a bit of good news sent in from a viewer. This is from Sandra Davis. I wanted to read this to you because all she wanted to do was to highlight the work of her community postmaster and newsagent. He's Piyush Acharya. He's just been nominated for a Pride of Essex Award, and that's been accompanied by a huge number of comments from members of his community to support his nomination. Sandra says he works tirelessly, 14 to 15 hours, 7 days a week at the post office and newsagent at their community shopping centre. He's adored in our local area, she says, even delivering early morning newspapers to shielding residents himself. His post office and newsagent has remained open throughout the pandemic, apart from the moment when he was forced to stop because he himself contracted COVID-19. But Sandra says he is an example to us all of kindness, generosity, and she says this is a true good news story. So thank you, Sandra, for telling us all about him. And she did that by sending an email to goodnewsforsimon@gmail.com. I look at those every day and pick the ones that I think will put a smile on your face. I hope they have.
Yeah, and I really like being able to champion people in communities and, you know, people who, unsung heroes.
It's what the Mirror newspaper was doing yesterday. It's stories that would never get national exposure, but actually to communities, to people where you are, they really matter.
Yeah.
And people who make a difference.
Yeah.
And actually, a lot of postmasters would be on that list, particularly after the disgraceful way some of them have been treated by the post office.
Yeah,
yes.
quite.
Yeah, that and cladding are the two stories that really get our goat.